So I found that even though COVID was not nice in general, it really forced me to look at multiple different ways to use technology very quickly. And without technology, I honestly think it's not possible at all. So having videos up to explain whatever content, having in that Moodle booklet, creating it, you're not using academic language, but using a more this conversational language. So I would start off sometimes going, hey, what do you think about this? So it's almost they can sort of hear my voice through the words. And so it's very conversational language that I use. And I tried to get them to engage using that kind of language as well. And then with the video, there would also be a transcript that would be linked for the students who have auditory impairments as well, so they can at least visually see, and then they'll also be able to read the transcript as well. So that's also very useful. Another way though, even though the Moodle page can be run asynchronously, what I found from my personal experience is that there still needs to be a synchronous component. If this synchronous component can't be run week by week, because you can imagine that if there's a lot of information already embedded online that needs to be completed asynchronous, having a synchronous component could be very overwhelming for students. But I did a synchronous component on top of the asynchronous every 3 to 4 weeks. And here what I found was this is where I could sort of assess how effective and how helpful those booklets or videos or transcripts were by, once again, using the annotate function, getting the students to answer questions straight onto the slide. And I can really see what they've learned, and then see the application aspect straight onto the slide as well. And so you can see that, and then that would also be recorded, and that will be made available to the students. So because there'll be some students who won't be able to participate on the synchronous sessions. But let me tell you, at least more than 50% of students still came to those synchronous sessions, even though it was not expected of them. So you can see how much that they actually really, really enjoyed and appreciated those components, because if those students have issues reading, those face-to-face sessions really allowed a platform for me to explain things in an auditory fashion. Because if they have issues with reading, no matter how much I try to explain to them via email, they would have issues. So it was a good way. And sometimes it was only be 30 minutes where I'll be asking, how are you doing? Do you have any questions? Then I would nudge them with questions, and that would be it. So it's not that much. Yes.